Well, to the story which, again, is dominating the newspapers today because so many issues are still bubbling up and it appears there's going to be an awful lot more facts that we need to figure out, and that's the Lucy Letby case. As many of you will know, Lucy Letby was convicted of murdering 7 babies and the attempted murder of 6 more at the Countess of Chester Hospital.
But she will not be attending her sentencing and will not have to face the families she has destroyed. This morning, GB News is asking, should she be made to? Should murderers be forced to attend their sentencing?
Because under current law, criminals can choose not to attend the proceedings in court. And this means that they will miss the victim impact statement, for instance, as well.
Yeah, well, join us now is political commentator Piers Pottinger to discuss this. Good morning to you, Piers. Pottinger, this is a huge issue. We've seen recently with the murder of Olivia Pratt. Corbell, Thomas Cashman chose not to attend the final verdict. Lucy Letby getting the same privilege. Many will feel that once again we appear to have a criminal justice system that favours murderers and not the families and those of the deceased.
Well, I think you're absolutely right, Martin. And particularly in this case, don't forget, this was the longest murder trial in UK history.
Yeah.
It went on for 10 months. And the point about sentencing and the guilty party being present is also to give some closure for the victims' families, who were, of course, all in court for 10 months. And for the person who's convicted to be able to say, well, I'm not going, I'm not turning up for this, why should I, is absolutely preposterous. And, of course, it's become a trend, and once that happens, they all start doing it. And I hope this, I believe in the King's speech, they're going to bring up a proposed law that will mean they'll have to turn up and face the music. And I'm sure that this is not a party political point. I think it'll sweep through Parliament and hopefully become law very soon. I think one of the things about Letby is there are going to be so many... We live in a culture of endless inquiries and investigations that go on for years, and by the time they've concluded, goodness knows anyone remembers what's going on. In this case with Letby, the NHS management really needs to be brought to account. And Amanda Pritchard, who's seemingly invisible as the CEO of the NHS, all she's done to date is send a letter to the NH Trust directors and senior management saying, you've got to listen to whistleblowers more carefully. Well, I'm sorry, where's the apology? This was human life, and in at the most innocent stage being taken. And it's very hard to talk about this without getting very angry.
Yes.
Because we all know the NHS needs reform. I mean, this might be the tipping point for the NHS, because I think there should be a proper Royal Commission to look at the NHS. 1.2 million employees, 48% of whom are non-medical. I mean, it's a staggering...
48% are non-medical.
48% and are non-medical. That's the staggering amount. Now, admittedly, a lot of them are junior administrative people, but also think of the numbers of management. We're talking about 500,000 people in management. Now, it's overburdened, it's badly funded, it's badly structured. Let's face facts, and let's, again, make this a non-political area and get people together and do what we need to do, which is really reshape and restructure our NHS to get back to what it should be doing, which is looking after patients and caring for the people of this country.
Should it be run by doctors?
Well, doctors do not necessarily make the best managers, and clearly, I mean, managers are not doctors, so it is a bit of a problem there. Some doctors run very efficient practices and are very natural business administrators. But I think you've got to have a very strong medical input, because otherwise you obviously you can't provide what the doctors need.
Yeah, but on this issue of the legal overhaul,
Yes.
I just believe it's long overdue. We cannot have a situation where a serial killer won't even have the ability, the families, to look her in the eye. And for her to hear the impact that she's had on their lives and devastated them, she has the choice. She has the power. I think that's completely and utterly wrong.
I totally agree with you. And I mean, I think everyone in the country would agree with you. This is not something... if you're the worst serial killer in history, I'm afraid some of your rights are going to disappear. But one of them is you're going to have to face the music. And again, it's also from the benefit of those people involved in the trial as well, so that they can actually see for themselves justice being done. Justice needs to be seen to be done. And in cases like this, it's absolutely incredible to me. I mean, when they started doing this seems to be a recent thing. When they started doing this, I thought, how do they do this? Surely they've got to face the music. And it should happen.
The only problem I have with it is that, for instance, if Lucy Letby were made to stand there and hear the witness statements and face the music, as you said, what if she's just sullen and doesn't care and looks as though she doesn't care? Could that be even more hurtful for the families? Or if she throws a wobbly and starts shouting, could that make it worse for the families?
It could, yes, you're right, of course. But I still think that doesn't detract from the point is that she should be made to behave. And again, if she starts behaving badly, she can be... the judge can give her a contempt of court and get her removed.
Or there could be additional sentencing powers. I mean, in this case, she'd like to get full term anyway. But it just seems to me that the power balance is completely broken. And I wonder what viewers out there think, you know, if this happened to you, you would want that moment, surely, to look this person in the eye and let them know how you felt.
Well,